time, she shows it from Thor, the movie Thor. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's the name of the character?
Loki.
Loki. She's very new with me. She's like the third class, so be kind.
I mostly chose this one because it's short and I want to get some practice with some type of monologue.
So you want to tell us a little about what's about to go on here?
Yeah, Loki finds this artifact from the world of the Frost Giants.
Caleb, be quiet.
And
Go.
the Frost Giants' powers don't affect him, so Odin comes in and he's talking to Odin, trying to figure out where he really came from.
Oh, so you're playing a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If you don't want me to do it, I won't do it.
No, I want you to do it since you made a choice. Listen, I want to tell you about certain realities. I remember years ago, a person came to me, John, I really want you to come to see this production of Hamlet we're doing at our high school. You're going to really love the girl who's doing Hamlet. I said, excuse me? The girl who's doing Hamlet? Look, I want you to really sort of center in on the reality of this business. You're not going to be cast in a guy's role, okay?
I know.
Nor will you ever do Hamlet, or Othello, or Macbeth. Stay with the reality of the business. Stop fabricating and thinking this is creative. Now, something about this monologue appealed to you, and I want to see what it was. So go ahead. I know it's short. Let me see what you got.
Am I cursed? Then what am I? Your son? What more than that? When you invaded the Frost Giants, the casket wasn't the only thing you took from the Jotunheim that day, was it? You just found a baby left to die? Well, who? Frost Giant King? Laufey's son. But why? You are knee-deep in Jotun blood. Why would you take me? Oh, please. It was not that I was just an innocent child. No, you took me for a purpose. What was it? Well, tell me!
I want to tell you why I'm going to stop right there. Because I'm a little nauseous. And when I get nauseous, it's not a good thing. Because there's a possibility of spewing all over the theater. When I see junior high school bullshit, tell me! And the dance, 3 this way, 2 this way. What you to be back? What the hell? I'm so glad you're with me. Because I am going to beat the crap out of you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to beat the crap out of you to be able to face the reality of the big word, T-R-U-E. In my world, it's called truth and honesty. And when I see, when I see pushing, indicating bad choices, movements that are so insecure, a little dance here, a little dance back here, words that are thick coming out of your mouth, whatever, and then you automatically have no reason to go to a climax and you're talking like that, and then you're here. Whoa! I'm sorry, control me. It's my Italian background, everybody. I'm trying to calm down. My blood pressure's growing. But it's the height of bad acting. A height. When you have a climactic moment that's big and emotional, it builds. You build to it. If there's something in you, a bomb that's ready to go off, control the bomb. God damn it, keep it in here, strong, let it build. And at one point, finally, it builds, and then suddenly you come out and we'll accept it. But when you're talking on this, and then you're here, no. It's against nature. So, Kirsten, I know I really know I'm being harsh on you. You're so new with me, and you're quirky, which is interesting. I like quirkiness to some degree. I think if you capitalize on it commercially, you could be good if you find that that's your forte, quirky kind of thing. But there's got to be an art to it. Just to get a bunch of words. Did you get anything from this? What does that mean?
No, not really. I mean, it's just, for me, I wouldn't have picked, is that a conversation or is that a monologue?
There's bits and pieces.
Because there's interjected dialogue in there, right? Where he's getting an answer to his questions. Because that's what it felt disjointed. Especially in that part where it was like, what really happened? And then in your mind you hear the answer, but we don't know what the answer is. So then you do your response, and it just kind of, it felt a little disjointed. If there's too much, if you're picking a monologue and there's too much dialogue from somebody else, it might not be a good thing to do unless you can cut it out without affecting the end result of your monologue.
Look.
And it just felt more like a conversation with somebody that wasn't there.
It didn't feel to me like anything. There was nothing I could relate to. There was no fantasy to it. I'm assuming Thor is the mythological, right? Character in the movie and that whole kind of thing. I'm assuming. Well, I didn't get any of this at all. Okay, there was. Look, you're jumping too soon and stuff that. Watch out. I really want you to get the most out of this class, Kirsten, and all of you people who are relatively new with me. But you got to pace yourself. You got to pace yourself properly, and not expect that at the end of next month you're ready for the New York stage or even TV series in Los Angeles, etc. Okay, it doesn't happen that way. It only happens that way in your mind after you watch Entertainment Tonight or something. I don't know where it is, but stop living in a fantasy. Just, pace yourself. I gave you a monologue that had to do, right? About that monologue I gave you. It's a monologue where mother is dating some guy, and the guy is, he's trying to control the daughter. And she says, "You're not my father. You have no right to say what you do." There's reality based on it. It's something that you could do that's close to yourself. So tackle that one step at a time. And then eventually, I'll get you into the things you really enjoy. But be careful when you go to a movie and you see a performance that you love and you want to emulate that performance. Guess what? You're not there. You're not. Whether you love, is that for me? If it is, I'm okay. Turn your phone off. For those of you who love Pacino, and remember we had somebody like that, and they bring Pacino monologues, and they do a poor imitation of Pacino, or De Niro, or Meryl Streep. You're not them. You have your own, you have your own personalities. Center in on your own personality and know where your positives are as an actor, but do the work. It doesn't happen there's no magic pill, guys, as you could see.
Well, at least I know I'm not the only person, but I am probably the worst in here.
You're not the worst. No.
Stop it.
No, don't even go to... Sometimes
Yes.
Now, John.
Go ahead.
Sometimes the choice can overshadow you.
Yeah.
The choice of the piece. It may be something you're not right for,
Yeah.
so then it doesn't look right, or it could just be like Jared and I brought in a long scene that I loved, and John goes, "What the hell are you doing?"
Really?
Like a real wordy thing. It just, the piece didn't work. The piece didn't appeal to anybody here. We were fine with the piece. Nobody understood. So a lot of it has to do with the piece, not with you.
Look, let me just end it with this. All of you, never ever assume that there's something personal in terms of critique. Be strong. I want you guys to develop a thick skin when it comes to criticism. You have to trust your mentor. You got to trust the director. You have to, people who are in that position, weigh it, evaluate them. Even when you leave me, if you go to LA and you're looking for a workshop over there, audit it first. Find out who's coaching, who's teaching. Does he have or she have the background? But if you're critiqued with criticism, which this business is based on, more criticism than not, I want you to be strong and understand that this is this industry. You're not going to be right for everything. There are going to be some things that are appropriate, but a lot of things, I think, you said it about Shakespeare with you. Are you there, Okay, said, "I know my limitations." And that was based on a story I told you guys about Paul Newman. Mm-hmm. After years of doing wonderful movies, a journalist said, "Why don't you do Shakespeare, Paul?" He says, "Because I know my own limitations." And this was a big star who, So once you begin to discover where that aspect of your talent is, maybe you do comedy better than drama, or vice versa. All of those things you want to know. You just don't, it's not just diving into a piece. It's diving into it with thought behind it. And be strong. Don't get sensitive with criticism. Everybody's been in that position. Everyone has issues in this room, different sorts. But you know what? They understand what it's all about. They work to get rid of those negative aspects of it. And this is going to happen if you have the sustainability. Because there are going to be some who right away think they're ready for the big time with 1 month. Well, okay. Live in your little fantasy world. But man, that balloon is going to burst. And when it does, you're not going to be a happy camper. Take your time. Pace yourself. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Thank you. I think my man is so nice, the guy who has more patience with us. Is he here? Can we get a mic?
We'll get there.
I know next week, for sure, I'll